All right, welcome. This is Jack McCaig, and welcome to another mentor video. Today's video, what to start with in my work. I want to be absolutely clear. We're starting this mentoring. I had 2 videos you've watched, and I gave an overview. Now we're going to get directly at it. Where do you start, and why do you start there? You have to start with, here we are at Liberty Aid. This is a common law irrevocable ecclesiastical trust package on jackmccaig.com. It's called the Bulletproof Trust. And if you're watching this video, quite a ways in time from now, the video is available in the mentor program. The discounted price you're looking at right now, we're only available for 2 weeks as we transition to Jack McCaig. Okay, so what should you do? You should begin by getting this trust. It's absolutely critical to start here. There is no more important thing. See, people come to my work, you can get rid of debt. Yes, absolutely, my work can do that. But that's by far not the most important part of my work, and it's not just, step-by-step process that the government's going to follow. I figured out that's a hoax. I figured out so many laws that they break, and then how to enforce, when they break the laws and so on and so on. Okay, we're going to go through the debt removal process in detail. Okay, we're going to. You're going to love it. But at the heart of it, why it works is because you were signed in this trust. That's why the enforcement works. That's why your assets are completely safe. That's why all my methods work out, because you start with a trust. People say, but I want to remove debt first. Okay, yeah. You can a little bit up to a certain point, but you're going to get blocked because you're not signed on the trust with some of the work, and your fear is going to take over too. And you're just going to end up not being able to move forward. I did it for years without having a trust, so don't get me wrong, it can be done. But I'm here to save you years of heartache and work and simplify things to the most simple possible best results for you with the least amount of work. And so if you want to know why at length, over a couple videos that I've done, you should be watching my free videos. These are going to come down at some point, a lot of them, and be part of this mentor program. Right now, it's part of a series on YouTube I've done, right down here, Breaking Bank. And this is number 116, so you can go look it up. Here's a YouTube, what to watch. Let's see, I'll say when you share it. Here comes the URL right there, you can look up, and that's going to be what it is. And it's right up here too. See? There's also a part 1 in the series. Anyway, the point is here that really there's just, you should really go and watch my free work. Not because the donation for the trust I'm telling you to get is going to be the same amount, okay? I just want you to be super successful. That's my service. I need, I don't want you to just get something I have. No, I want you to be extremely successful with my work. That's why I'm doing this mentoring program, okay? So it's not like I got exactly everything right over this entire series of Breaking Bank, but it came pretty close. And what you'll see is the evolution of my consciousness as I decide to lay down my life and go up against the banks and the government and instead be with God. And you can see the evolution of my consciousness through that and how I'm able to beat them consistently. And so at the heart of that, so you please just, if I were you, I would go watch this and go gather this information. Because here's the thing, we is the name of, God's shadow, Satan, they call it. Lucifer, the devil, Maya, so many names, the God of many names, right? There's only, Jesus Christ. There's a guy that comes in here consistently, the Son of God. There's one individual who takes different male-only bodies. He comes again and again and is always in here. And his shadow is always in here. Because this individual, Jesus Christ, as you know him, Meher Baba, he's God. He's infinite God in a human body. Is one of them, And the rest of almost every other human in here is his shadow. Is with God's shadow, Satan, Lucifer, whatever. And it's still not a fair fight. Like one against infinity is, everything is still not a fair fight. Because you can literally, legally, completely sign the trust, which is a contract, okay? A trust in, Anyway, I don't need to go through all of that video that I've talked about, all the details of the in God we trust, that it's a business, that we is the name of Satan, that you're basically, until you come out of this, you're stuck with Satan here in the sphere, in the double sphere, right? Anyway, you should go watch all my free work. I've done this for years. I can only bring someone up to where I am. I can't get them past, where I am, but you can come to where I am in my understanding in my work. Be untouchable, be unkillable, have plenty of money, plenty of credit, those kind of things, and be able to help people. That's what I do with my time and energy and money that I have, or credit or whatever. That's what I do. I help people. The people, that are with God, that I know are with God, okay? So you got to look into this. So you can't use the word trust here unless it's a trust. It can't be a slogan unless it's the name of the business too. You can look it up at every Secretary of State. Like I pulled up Maine's, but you can pull up any state. You can pull up Florida, and it talks about, trust company and so on. There's certain words, and trust is always one of them. You have to get approval to use it in public use of the name of the word trust. You can't get a slogan approved. Slogans don't get approved. You just can't use a slogan with the word trust in it at the end, because people can be confused and think it's a trust. So you can't ever do that unless it's a business name of a trust. But, like this Maine, like in every state, they're going to convolute it and, go through, you have to get approval, you have to do this, that, and the other thing. They all say it in different ways, and they don't make it straightforward. Some of them do. But you're going to find, as you read through all of it and look through all of it, that to use that name trust, it has to be a trust. So what's the common law? Common law of Jesus Christ is the golden rule, right? Do unto others as you would have done unto you, right? And what's the common law of Satan? Do as thou wilt, do anything you want. So, either law is available to live under. Jesus Christ died on the cross, the T that means for a transvestite, because he would not become a transvestite. He would not do it. And so what he did, because almost everyone is famous, everyone that has ever been famous is not the gender they portray themselves to be. Every Victoria's Secret model, their secret is they're men. Every, quote, woman on every magazine cover since magazines were invented ever, every large publication, right? Everyone is a reverse gender individual. Every president of the United States is a woman dressed to look like a man. There are no exceptions. Everyone in every TV show are reverse gender. Every newscaster, even at the local level, reverse gender. The men are actually women. The ones that look like women, are actually men. That is part of the religion of Satanists, and it makes for a perfect liar. If you lie about your entire existence, your appearance and everything, then you'll lie about everything else. You become a religious liar and possessed by the devil, literally. So you're no longer anything but this possessed skinwalker or whatever. I've talked to it in many bodies, God, the devil, whatever you want to call it. I call it now. I've talked to it in many bodies, and it's like in the Matrix movie when it winks in and out of everybody. The agent does. That's the agent. There's one. God's shadow is kind of like an individual consciousness of a hive. Everyone is limited in extreme ways by their fear and by activities. So God's shadow is in here trying to see who are the courageous ones with God and the fearful ones with God's shadow. Because fear is against the love of God, because either God runs everything or God doesn't. So back to Jesus Christ on the cross, right? He saved us all from having to become transvestites. That's what the T on that cross is about. Okay, so he wouldn't do it. So he's God. He didn't have to get nailed to the cross. He didn't have to do that. But what he did is save all humans from having to do it. I don't have to become a transvestite. They, as I've shown, like Mark Zuckerberg, created that notarized death certificate of me and memorialized my account, meaning he told everyone I had died on a certain date. Another guy I'd interviewed 5 times on a radio show before, who was a character crisis actor, was, quote, killed that same day that I was memorialized. It was like a double death threat on me on January 8th, 2016. And I overcame that with paperwork and the work I'm telling you here about. Okay, so God saved us. Jesus Christ saved us. We don't have to become transvestites. We don't have to do as they say. I cannot be shot. I cannot be killed. It can't be. A guy worth $50 billion, if he, wanted to kill me by sending me death threat, okay? They fake this other crisis actor's death. They want me dead, and yet I'm not dead. So, and these death threats have gone on for years, and I could just go on and on and on. It happens so many times, I can't even remember them all, to be honest with you, at all. It's just so many, hundreds of little ones, and then these giant ones I'm bringing up. And because I'm under the common law of Jesus Christ, I'm signed, sealed, surrendered, delivered, everything. I'm literally, legally signed my soul over to Jesus Christ. He saved it so I could. And now I've done it, and you can do it too. It's irrevocable, right? Here we go. Common law. I went over the common laws, right? Irrevocable. You cannot go back on this. Or you go back to God's shadow, kill you. You can't ever go back on this contract. You can't ever end your love for Jesus Christ after you sign, or your future is hopeless. You go straight to hell. That's the way it is. You cannot revoke using this common law. You cannot do it. So don't revoke it. And then what happens? It becomes an ecclesiastical trust, right? That means God will enforce it for you. All you have to do is your best. This is why I see people come to me in acute situations. Oh, I've got a foreclosure in X amount of days or weeks or months or whatever it is, And I got this other giant thing and this thing and so on. Yeah, I know the methods that are the legal methods to fix those. Yes, I do. But do the Satanists follow everything? Are they truthful? No, they're a pack of liars. They make the rules to screw us over, but then when we try and use them, they're like, hey, well, no, you can't do that, only we can do that. No, that's not the way it works. You want to make some rules? Fine. We'll all follow them, That's great. But if you're going to make it like only you can use the ones to your advantage and the rest of them, you don't have to follow. I mean, it's just, what I've noticed is they never follow the law. Never. They never do. They might accidentally do it when they might go through a green light instead of a red light, just not to wreck their car. Little things like that. But I have never caught them following the law, say, in finances. Not ever. They don't have their licenses. They don't have the paperwork. They don't have anything. They really just don't have any of the things they should have. They just go about their business and do anything they want. Their common law is do as I will. So they really just pay off whoever and do anything they want. That's what they do. So until you sign, because my work's all about enforcement. How can you force them to follow the law? The ultimate enforcer is Jesus Christ, not me, and certainly not them. So this is where you start. Okay? If you don't start here, you will always be thwarted at anything you do. Your acute problems will stay acute problems. They'll continue. More will be created. If you don't understand this is the core of our reality and my work, there's no reason for you doing my work. You're just going to basically whack the hornet's nest. They'll get pissed off. You'll run away and like all fearful. So you don't want to be out there without God backing your every move. So you literally surrender everything that you are to Jesus Christ with us. Literally. You surrender your thoughts. You surrender your actions. You surrender your desires. You surrender everything you can name, but also you surrender everything that cannot be named. You surrender everything that is. You surrender everything that isn't. You surrender everything. You surrender nothing. You surrender things that can be said, things that can't be said, things that can be felt, things that can't be felt. You make sure you understand. God understands, and this is the legal contract to do that. But you make sure that in your heart, from this second on that you sign this trust, you are 100% a slave of Jesus Christ. That's what that means. Okay? Because the other one is, you can do anything you want, but you're going to hell. For sure. In fact, your life will be hell. You're going to immediately live in hell. So the other thing is, you're going to immediately experience a difference when you sign this trust. Immediately. First of all, a lot of things will come at you to try and make this trust not happen. And so you can't just simply go into a bank like I have, many others have, and just open up a bank account. With the paperwork as it says in this trust package. But until you do that, I would absolutely focus on doing that until it's done. Because what happens is, and I mean this without exception, you start doing this trust, God and the devil see what's up about everything, and the devil does not want you signed with God, period. It's the reasons for God's shadow's existence, to see if you truly love God, and will lay down your life for God, period. Because that's what this is. You surrender your life, your soul, everything to God, period. So devil gets pissed and is going to make sure, he's going to try to get you, the devil is going to try and get you to revoke the irrevocable contract. That's what your life is going to become, just the devil like coming up and trying to get you to go back on this contract. Some of the items may seem fearful at the time, but I'm telling you that what happens is God shows up and miraculously things happen that cannot be explained other than God. Lawyers being rendered mute when I pray to God for God's grace. In the lawyers, in my opposition, I pray for God's grace to enter my opposition. And God does and has several times made individuals opposing me mute, unable to speak in court. They can't make words come out of their mouth, although they're standing there trying to do it. They're unable to do it. And a fear overtakes them of what they see is actually happening to them, that they're opposing the will of God, and they have a crisis of personality at that moment, a spiritual crisis, a crisis of that kind of like cracks their vessel, if you think about it that way. It's so unusual to witness. It's hard to put it to words, but they lose their will to oppose you. That's it. And if they don't lose their will, God will remove their ability to oppose you, and he'll break their will to oppose you by breaking their ability to oppose you first. Because their will, I wish I was speaking in court, you see? They're mute. But see, their will is still there. I want to do this thing to, oppose you in court. God steps in and breaks their ability. They're mute. Can't speak. Then they're having that experience of not being able to speak, and it doesn't make any sense with their day-to-day reality. It completely breaks through every part of their reality, and the power of the courtroom and the guns and all that nonsense they say they have, which they do not have, because I've gone and broken it. I've watched God break them in their courtroom. I've done it countless times now. And you can too. Anyone can. Not just this one, right? You can. So that's the point of my work. So until you sign with God, even if you do my work exactly, they're just gonna lie and block you. What they want to make all the money. They want to run everything. They have switched their gender. They've lied every word that they've spoken. They've lied with every act, with every article of clothing they put on, with every word they've spoken. They're saying, gender opposite. Everything they say is a lie. And so they've laid down everything to get this power. Complete opposition to truth. So they don't want to let you get anything of theirs. Oh no, they want to get over. So their will must be broken, but God breaks their ability first. And without signing with Jesus Christ, it's just, he's not going to, you're getting into the legal realm with finances, okay? Business, legal realm, and also we exist in the non-legal business realm too. This contract takes care of both of those areas, both of those arenas, okay? And I've proven it in both ways. You go look at that series and you go witness the proof of what is in there. And so it's not like, and now, go look on Liberty Aid and, JackMcCaig.com too. We just accumulated so many positive testimonials. I just, saw a lot of faces of all the happy people, sorry. But, this is the only thing that you're going to find out is real. God is real. God's power is real. The government has power and all that nonsense, they don't. No, you have to play by the rules, and they don't play by the rules. So you can go about playing by the rules. There's plenty of money available. You can follow my work. But before you do the other parts of my work, you must get signed in trust with God and have a bank account, at least one. I recommend two, right? Two different separate banks, at least one, a national bank, okay? Get your two bank accounts open with this trust. Until you've done that, really, there is little that can be done to help you with my other work. People don't understand that. Yeah, I did my other work for years. Yes, I beat them. But guess what? They know all about it now. All about it. They're going to see you coming like they saw me, like, they've seen all my work. They all talk. It's one giant, it's just it. It's God's shadow, so it knows you're coming. It knows the work. But if it knows you're coming and you're, on the fence, not signed with God, then it is going to take advantage of you and your fear and your lack of love for God and your lack of absolute total contract, and in the legal realm too. And that's where this is going on too. Not just the physical world, not just the spiritual world. It is going on there. But it's also going on in the legal world. And this is a legal business entity, as I've proven. This is just, I have in some ways equivocated on this. People take this as an equivocation. It's not. They say, yeah, but can I do your debt work without getting the trust? I say, yeah, you can do it. You might even have some success, which people have done. Yeah, sure. But eventually they're going to shut you down and shut you out. And they're going to, because you're still in your whole fear mindset. You think they have control. You think they have power. You think if they pull that gun out, they could shoot you with a bullet. They can't do that with me. And I said try to do it. I've had so many stories on that account. You cannot be touched. You literally can't be touched. I've had armed guards rush me on judges' orders in court and have them absolutely stop dead in their tracks with faces of wonderment, just no idea what's going on, looking at each other, looking at the judge, looking at me, their, destination. Were they halfway across the courtroom at me to their destination, me, to chain me, right, in their chains, and they're standing there unable to go forward to their destination, me. Why is that? Because God is all-powerful, period. There's nothing but that point. People miss the one single point. Okay, why my work is absolutely perfect? Because God is perfect, okay? You take a contract with perfection. The contract is close enough. It's done to the best of our ability, okay? And it works. You can bank with it. It works. I've proven that, okay? But that's our best. Now, God, knowing you've done your best, will continue to do your best, will love you to his best, which is unlimited. It's God. So when you see the armed guards rush you and they stop, I can say what I do. I laugh at them. I started laughing at them. Look at you. And then, because the judge orders him to get me, and then I look at the judge and I'm like, okay, Your Honor, well, what do you say? And she said, well, you're free to go now. And I said, okay, thank you. I'm going to go now. I'm just saying that I experienced that. And so did that judge. So did all the court reporter, court administrators. 4 of them, I think, were in the room at the time. 2 armed guards. A mediator was there. And several attorneys. So my work is what I work with God is to prove that God is all-powerful so that you know my work is real. Because others have proven it, okay? The proof is out there. It's viewable to you. My proof is viewable to you. And so this is where to start. If my mentoring can tell you one single thing, if it does one thing, it would be do this one thing. Okay? The rest of my work is absolutely real. I'm going to bring you through all of it. But let me tell you, this is the one reality, that God runs it all. Until you become God's absolute, total, signed your soul away to God, slave, you are in jeopardy of God's shadow at every second. And your loved ones too. And that's a fact. So you need to do this first if you want my work, my best work. Okay? And honestly, if you can pick one thing to do in your entire lifetime of my work, do this one thing. Throw the rest away, whatever. You can do this in a day. The rest of it's how to operate financially, commercially, live your life, have enough money, love God, serve humanity, do the common law, and have money. Okay? And then, continue in a way that you don't revoke, that trust in God. Okay? You want that one-on-one individual relationship with God. There's no one between you and God. No one. Just because this is a piece of paper, so I'm not signing this, no one else is signing this, that you're going to give it its own name, address, everything. This is going to be, you're going to create this trust, you're going to sign this document. All you need is a name and address, okay? The rest of the document's completely made. It's proven, it works. It's not going to change. Works perfectly. If you go to the bank and they hold you up, go to another bank. If you like that bank, then you might need to make a small item change. Some people, for their internal paperwork, could you put this on this page, a little bit information? Yeah, no big deal, whatever. Do that if you want to bank with them. Otherwise, go to another bank. I've gotten plenty of banks work for me and others without changing the paperwork at all. But changing a little bit doesn't matter that much either. This is our best work. We do our best, and God understands that, and He gives us His infinite love and infinite power and infinite knowledge and infinite bliss for being with Him. Sat, Chit, and Ananda, those three powers, right? Okay. Infinite power, bliss, and knowledge. I am going to get to an overview of one question I had today. This week from a client. And I want to be really exactly particular with this because I've gained a lot of clarity on this lately. I don't want to tell it to you. I used to give my work away for free. Well, I didn't have a website or anything. I'd be like, hey, everybody, blah, blah, blah. Nobody did my work. Not a single individual, zero, no one, just myself. No one did it. Then I got a website and I started charging any donation amount. More people did my work. A few, very rare, not many. More people got it, but few people did it. Then I started charging a more reasonable amount of money, a couple $100 or something, not much. Just to make people mentally commit more to it, and I could actually put more of my time and work and energy into serving people with like a better website and better reach and more videos and all the work I have to do to get this information out. More people did it and more successes. So now I'm on to jackmccaig.com and Liberty Aid both, and the donation amounts are going to come up, but the service is way more professional. I'm able to help way more people. That's what I'm going to keep doing in that regard. So I don't think I'm going to really up the monthly amount of this very reasonable fee for doing this, what I'm doing right now. It might move to bi-weekly, or probably not. It'll probably just be weekly. All right, I'm going to get to one question I had because it's important. It's really important. Why did I bring all that up? Some people need my help that don't have, can't afford it at the moment. Help. And some people want to do something that's so difficult that it's not a package I provide, or something like that. They need help from God. And they're asking me, because God said, go to this man and he will know the answer. Yes, I get a lot of that. But these are the things that I need you to know about this. And I'm going to use an example to tell you this, okay? And it relates to this common law, irrevocable ecclesiastical trust, and everything else I've said here in this video. This question relates to this video, is why I chose it this week. An individual wrote in that his cousin is in jail and he wants to get him out. Nothing could strike more at my heart, so because I'm absolutely opposed to the caging of humans. I'm opposed to it. I think there should be a wall between humanity. Hey, if you sign with Jesus Christ, you follow the common law, you're on this side of the wall. And if you don't, get over there on God's shadow line. That's the wall I want. You all stay over there, or we're over here. Do what you want over there, and we'll help each other over here. You know what I mean? But that wall is not going to happen. So, because this is about beating God's shadow in here. That was the question, can I help him? And this is not a package. This is, the beat any crime thing I have out there is criminal charges against you that in court, not as you sit in jail. No, that I've never said that. So this is absolutely outside of the work I've done. Absolutely outside of it. Okay. And so when I wrote back this individual, I said, this, if you are not with 100% with Jesus Christ and he and everyone in your family, you'll be killed for trying this. You will die. For sure you'll die. And if you're killed, because you had fear or whatever, well, you go to hell too. So you'll go to hell and you'll be killed if you try this and you're not perfectly with Jesus Christ. This is my first thing I had to say to him. Okay? He's like, okay, all right. So then moving along, right? This is what I require those people with no money and, because I get almost every one that comes to me as a shill with a story, a captivating, horror story of I need this help or that help or whatever. It's all they do through the years to me. I say this now. I want 2 forms of identification. Make photos of them. If you want my free help or something outside of help with, maybe I will. We'll see. I'm going to check you out first. 2 forms of ID, 1 a driver's license, 1 a passport. If not a passport, we'll see. Think about something else. Okay? Then I want your agreement that you will only use the name Jesus Christ or Mer Baba as the only name of God you will use for your entire lifetime. And if you should ever say that another name of God, that you will be struck dead within 24 hours and sent to hell. That's what your agreement is. On your side, you have to start with that. And you want me to help you for free or whatever, right? Or something outside of what I do? Because I get this all the time. Also, you're going to have to do the work. You'll take photos. It'll be proof that this works. See, because I'm not doing it for you individually. My service is to God. And so he says, serve everyone. So yes, individuals I do serve, and I serve them, yes. But my goal is to serve everyone too, not just the individual. So both at the same time is my goal. So sometimes I do take on things like this one I'm taking on. For example, if this individual does their side of the requirements, I want a full documentation of the process. That's part of the agreement. Or the documents of what happens, everything. Because you want to pave a new trail for God to enter and break people out of cages. God said, fine, that can be done. Of course, anything can be done that's right. And caging people is wrong. Okay? So those are the 2 things, and God will back what's right. But I'm not going to waste my time on things people aren't going to be doing. No. I'm here for the people with God, period. Not for the ones that have some clever little story to waste my time helping you do what? Nothing. That's been so many times I don't do that anymore. So I need your proof. I need you signed in trust. I need your photo IDs. And I need your trail of proof. And I need it from the get-go, because if you stop somewhere along the path, you can kiss me goodbye as you go forward. Oh no, I don't work with cowards. No way. So you want to do something to the death? I do it all the time. This is how you do it. This is how you want to get the help of the best gladiator, God's best gladiator. You want my help for free, do you? Okay, fine. Step to it. This is what I require, and it's what God requires. I'll keep you posted on the rest of that story, you see. But that's the point, okay? I mean, I want absolute, total proof and honesty. from anyone that I work with. It's okay if you're my client, and I understand your anonymity, and I respect it. I don't bring individuals, anything up. You're my client. Your name won't be said, period. Unless I say, hey, can I use your proof that it worked on the website or something? And you're like, yes. And I'm like, thank you. And it helps many others, and I do deeply appreciate it, and so do they. You're helping them. Yay. So thank you. And they thank you. They, I mean, just all the proof that's up now is just unbelievable. Thank you for all that. So I'm not going to be helping individuals for free unless it serves the greater, majority of people I'm seeking to bring to God. For that reason, I will do it. So, okay. And I have helped so many individuals in the past without that before that it just end up wasting so much of my time. And now that there are more people coming to me, I have to be extremely careful and put up careful boundaries so that only those who truly love God or are okay being completely anonymous, hey, I don't mind paying your very reasonable fees because they're reasonable and I'm fine with that anonymity. I'll be an anonymous client of yours. Great, that's almost everyone. But once in a while, somebody has such an acute thing, God sends me individuals with God once in a while for this proof. Okay, so that's the question I'm doing this week. All right. Okay, so it'll be ongoing. Thanks for joining the mentoring program. Get your trust done. Number one. I know you very experienced people out there who've done my work for a while are like, man, he's done like 3 videos and he hasn't told me something like outlandish, something I didn't know or whatever like that. I bet I did. For everyone. I bet I said something that she didn't know. I bet it was very much worth it. But let me go into some of that a little bit next time. How's that? Hang in there. And we'll do a little something here on number 4. I don't know what it is yet, but we have something in store for you. So hang in there. Thank you for your support. And God bless your success.